The Dallas Cowboys used Monday Night Football to apply what should be the finishing touches on the most promising regular season for America's team this decade. The Cowboys are the team to beat in the NFC, and they looked dominant last night in beating the Lions by 3 touchdowns. Detroit had plenty of motivation, win, and they were in the playoffs for the second time in the last 3 seasons. Dez Bryant caught 2 touchdown passes, and the boys set up their last game of the season as a mere formality. You hear me, Jerry Jones? A mere formality. The last 3 seasons, the top seed in both conferences has reached the Super Bowl. Why? Because they were the best team in their conference over the marathon that is the 16-game regular season. Home field advantage is a big deal. The only thing that could derail America's team? Injuries to key players. With that O-line, 3 Pro Bowlers, if I'm offensive coordinator Scott Linehan, and if I'm Jason Garrett, I'm very cautious. The whole game. John Gruden used the word selective last night. Dallas should be selective about who they play against the Eagles. Everything is bigger in Texas, including disappointment. If the Cowboys lose any of their key pieces in a meaningless Week 17 game with the Eagles, I shouldn't say meaningless. Robert De Niro and Bradley Cooper and their family care how the Birds do every game. Excelsior! I digress. Back on track. Speaking of track, the fastest man in the world, Usain Bolt. He goes through the heats and glides, right? The fastest man in the water, Michael Phelps, doesn't overly tax himself in the preliminary swims. Same deal, Dallas. Be like those guys. Be selective. Protect your first-teamers for when it matters most. Jason Garrett said he likes the rhythm his team is playing with. Me too. I'd like to see Dak Prescott be the first rookie QB to start a Super Bowl. I'd like to see that O-line intact in the playoffs. I'd like to see Beasley and Elliott and Witten and Bryant all at their best when it matters most. There's an arrogance in football. Can't worry about getting hurt. Next man up. Yeah, in games that matter. Think back to the preseason. Every team's careful about how they use their starters because those games don't matter. And for Dallas, Week 17 doesn't matter. I know you only have 46 bodies, but you cannot risk losing Dak or Zeke in a Week 17 game that doesn't matter.